and other players due to summer holidays and travel difficulties. So yeah, good stuff. Well done to Dundee. Well done to Sheffield, putting up a bit of resilience there as well. And sounds like a good time was had by all.
Yeah.
Okay, that's it for other results. We're now going to make our guesses for rounds 25 and 26 of Super League. Right, Sarah, we're going to make some guesses here. Now, in a weird way, we kind of get a chance at these first round of games. 5 of them, we already have an idea about the squads that are going to be able to be named. So we kind of have the most information of any round this year making our guesses for the first fixtures. But then for the second lot of fixtures, who the fuck knows?
Excellent.
So it all kicks off this week, Wednesday 8 PM on Sky Sports, Leeds versus Huddersfield. Now, before we make our guesses, Leeds are able to bring Cruz Leeming, Tom Briscoe and David Fusser-Tua back into their squad. Cameron Smith and Liam Tyndall drop out with their injuries that they've picked up. Will Price is back in following his tripping ban for Huddersfield. That's the only change to their squad by the looks of it. So with that in mind, where do you see this one going? The in-form Leeds or the high-flying Huddersfield?
I'm going to go Leeds by 12. I think... Yeah, I think that they'll win.
Yeah, I've gone Leeds by 10. I think, one, they are in better form slightly than Huddersfield overall. But two, Huddersfield are one of the sides that really does seem to lean on home advantage this year. Home advantage has played a bigger part in terms of games won than any season since we've been doing this show. Only fractionally more than some seasons, but 66% of games are being won by the home side.
Wow.
And Huddersfield are one of those sides that have quite a big differential between their home success and their away success. And that's part of why I'm going for Leeds here, but I'm also going for Leeds because I think they're in better form.
Yeah, I think Leeds is better than Huddersfield's better.
If it was the other way around, if Huddersfield were at home, I think I would be going for Huddersfield, but I'd probably be going for a 1-score margin rather than a 2-score margin.
Yeah.
Thursday, 7:30 PM on Sky, the French derby, the last French derby in Super League until hopefully Toulouse can find their way back in. Toulouse versus Catalans. When they picked this game, when they were going to televise this game, I bet they thought they might have had a game that would have had something resting on it, but it doesn't feel like it will. If Toulouse lose this, they're definitely down. In terms of squad news, because Catalans have been pretty patched up recently, haven't they? They have brought back Tiaki Chan after his ban. Matt Whitley's the other person who is back in the squad, so he could return. But McNamar's only been able to name a 20-man squad with Arthur Morg and Matthew Cozza out injured and McAloran banned. Sam Tompkins is still named in the squad. He wasn't played last week, but he might potentially play this week. You'd think he'd have to with Arthur Morg out. I don't know, but whereas Toulouse bring back Andrew Dixon and Ollie Ashall-Bott, as well as Latrell Schaumkel, back into their squad. So, but Matty Russell and Hugo Pizzette and Tony Gigo drop out for them. So that's there's a big holes to fill in terms of creative positions for Toulouse, isn't there, in this game? But having said that, Catalans aren't in much better shape. What you've got to say, though, is overall Catalans are better. So I've got to pick Catalans to win, I think. I'll go Catalans by 10.
Yeah, I think Catalans maybe by 16.
If it was to be like a big Toulouse win, it might make things interesting at least. We spoke over each other then. What did you say?
Sorry. I said my advisors just told me actually Catalans by 30 would be a better prediction.
Also on Thursday night, 7:30 p.m, Wakefield hosting Hull Kingston Rovers in what we're being told will be the Big Boppers' last game. Liam Kay is back in for Wakefield. Maybe he'll sort of play some dummy half role against, with Liam Hood out. Jamie Shaw is eligible to be picked again this week as well after not being able to play against his home team club. Max Jowett drops out, so you'd expect Jamie Shaw to play. And in terms of Hull KR, Matt Parcell, Corbin Sims and Ethan Ryan are all back in contention after suspension, so that does strengthen them, although Lachlan Coote's obviously out, as we talked about earlier. So yeah, how do you see this one going?
I'm going to go Wakefield by 4. I don't know. I think that they'll want to perform for Fafita's last match. They've not got the, they've got the relegation thing pretty much off their back now. Yeah, I'm going to go 4.
Yeah, I feel like Wakefield are playing like a motivated side at the moment, and Hull KR are playing like a patched up side. So it's not a game that I probably would have been too thrilled about watching if it had been picked for Sky, if I'm honest, because it feels like there's nothing on it now, doesn't it? And I'm going to say that Wakefield will make Hull KR's season come to an end. Wakefield by 10. Thursday, 7:45 p.m, Salford versus Hull FC. So in terms of the sides for these games, so King Vuniyawa, he's back in contention for Salford. Shane Wright, Dan Sargentson also back in, but Sitaleki Akwala not able to be named this week. Whilst 3 changes to your very patched up squad. Obviously, Houghton, Mano and Lovadua are out. We've talked about them earlier. Jake Connor and Kane Evans return from suspension, whilst someone I've never heard of, Will Gardner, is named in a first team squad for the first time. So expect it to be another young side, relatively pieced together side.
I've never heard of Armstrong, who was named last week either.
No.
And I've not heard of Gardner.
No, or Lewis Martin, who's in the squad as well.
Yeah.
Who knows? Lots of kids. Do you think that those lots of kids might have any chance against Salford, high-flying, in-form Salford?
No, I don't. I think also the experienced halfbacks of Croft and Sneed would be far too much. I can see Salford by 30.
Yeah, I'm going to break from what I've been doing so far, and I'm not going to say Salford by 10, but I am going to say Salford. Salford by 20. Thursday, 8 p.m, Warrington versus Castleford. So, Warrington bring back in their captain, Jack Hughes. He's not played since April. Stefan Ratchford and Thomas McKaylee are both back in as well, with some young players, Tom Whitehead and Leon Hayes, dropping out of the squad. Nathan Massey has been recalled back in for Castleford, even though he'd expected to be out for the rest of the season. He's back in. Liam Watts is back from suspension. So they're strengthened in the forwards, aren't they, Castleford, certainly going into this game. I'm not sure the team lists tell us too much about it. I don't know with this game. I really don't know. I feel like Warrington are the better side, but at the same token, they've been the poorer side all year.
Yeah, I think for me, Cass by 12.
In that case, to go different, I'm going Wire by 10. I do think they're good enough to beat this Castleford side at the moment. Yeah, Castleford need it more though. So
yeah, and can Powell do something against his old team?
Yeah, there's kind of not even a storyline, is it, this time around after them playing again already this year? Do you know what? I want Cas to win because I want that bottom of the playoffs race to stay interesting and alive, but I'm going to go wire by 10. Friday, the only Friday game, 8 p.m. Sky, the game where St Helens could lift the league leaders shield away at Wigan, a Wigan side who haven't been beaten at home yet this season, but when I say that, I'm saying that with trepidation. We don't know the squads for this one yet because they'll be named tomorrow. We know that Hopewati won't be in for St Helens though. Wigan, I would expect to name a very similar side to last week, but Brad Singleton can come back into the squad after his one match ban. So Wigan by 10 for me.
I shall go Saints by 2 then.
Fair enough. And then lottery time. Absolute throw the balls up in the air and see which way they land for round 26. So that kicks off on Sunday 3 p.m. The madness of playing on Sunday. Hull FC versus Toulouse. Why didn't you play on Monday?
They want to play on my birthday.
Okay. In that case, will they give you a birthday present? I'm going to predict that they will because they're playing against Toulouse. So I'm going to say Hull FC by 10.
Yeah, I'm reluctant to actually back us anymore, but I do think against Toulouse we can hopefully do it. So yeah, I'll go Hull by 6.
Okie dokes. Huddersfield versus Warrington. It's Huddersfield at home, so I'm going to pick them to win by... Let's go 10. I've gone that so many times, I'll just go 10.
Yeah, I also think Huddersfield will beat Warrington. Maybe 16.
Okay. Another Monday 3 o'clock game is Hull KR hosting Wigan. Feels like Hull KR are patched up and they'll potentially not have anything left to play for. They are a lot better at home than they are away from home. However, I think Wigan will have something to play for, and even if Wigan bring in players and rotate the squad around and that sort of stuff, which I don't know Hull KR will even have the luxury to do that, but if Wigan do that, I still expect Wigan to be picking some hungry players. So I'm going to go Wigan by 8.
Wigan by 12, I'd say.
Okie dokes. St Helens versus Wakefield. If St Helens don't win the league leaders shield on Friday, I'm sure they'll want to wrap it up on Monday so that they can have an easy last round of the regular season. So on that basis, I'm going to go St Helens by 20.
Yeah, it's a hard one actually because not knowing whether they'll have won on Friday or not. But I will go. I think if it was at Wakefield, I'd be tempted to go for the cheeky pick. But at Saints, I'm going to go Saints by 16.
Yep. Then there's a televised double bill on Monday afternoon. 3:30 p.m. on Sky, it's Castleford versus Salford. And then at 6 p.m. on Sky, it's Catalans versus Leeds. So that Salford game, first of all, what a huge game in the context of the playoff race this match is. And it's Castleford at home where they are way better than they are away from home. But it's Salford who have just absolutely burned all the other playoff teams around them recently, apart from Leeds, away. So will Castleford be similar? I'll let you go first on this one.
I'm going to go Salford by 8.
In that case, I'm going to go Cass by 8 because I really don't know, and I'm just going to go different.
It's a really hard one to pick, I think. Yeah.
You could make a case for both sides if it was a one-off weekend, but not knowing how they're going to shake up, I kind of feel like the home side will have a bit of an advantage with that, and Cass at home do have a home advantage. Add on to that, I think Cass have kind of got the grittier players, it feels like. Salford have got the classier players at the moment, which is a weird thing to sort of say.
And who ever thought you'd be saying that?
Yeah, but that's how it feels at the moment, and I think that gritty Cass forward pack might just grind it out.
You players still have band, do you?
No, true. Then the 6 p.m. game, the Catalans versus Leeds game. This one, I kind of feel like Catalans will be looking to get people back in for this game, so they'll get McIlaurin back from his ban. I think